Injunction application against processes initiated by President John Dramani Mahama to potentially remove Chief Justice Torkonoo from office. Member of Parliament for Tafo, Vincent Ekowasefua, sued the Attorney General over what he described as constitutional breaches committed by the President when he referred 3 separate petitions asking for the removal of the CJ from office to the Council of State without notifying the Chief Justice. Well, let's take you to the courts now and speak to our legal affairs correspondent Lateef Idris on this. Lateef, what can you report from the court?
Well, Mami, so as we speak, before this particular injunction application to be heard here at the Supreme Court, there were 2 other cases. As we speak, those 2 cases have been called. Judgment has been given on one. There has been adjourned for the judgment to be given on the other one. So the expectation was that the application was going to be called and the hearing will begin. But we understand the panel, as we speak, is not complete. So the judges are currently waiting for one last justice of the Supreme Court to arrive to make that particular panel complete before they are able to sit. Just before that, we saw the current Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine, and the former Attorney General, Godfrey Yebuadame, being called into chambers by the justices of the Supreme Court. And the speculation is that they were called to be informed about this particular development, that one of the justices of the Supreme Court who sits on this particular panel to hear this injunction application by the Member of Parliament for Otapo is currently not available here at the Supreme Court. We are told that if in the next hour or so, if he doesn't show up, what it means is that the case will be adjourned for future hearing. But we are waiting to see what particular decision will be taken by this particular panel on this issue.
Well, Lateef, do we know who make up this panel, the judges, and how many are they?
Well, so in all, we have 5 justices of the Supreme Court sitting on this particular panel, and let me run you quickly through them. We have His Lordship Justice N.S. Yao Dew. We also have His Lordship Justice Richard Ajay Prempong. We have Her Ladyship Justice Professor Henrietta Mensah Bosu. We also have His Lordship Justice Samuel Kwame Adibi Asidu. And finally, we have His Lordship Justice Yao Dako Asari. These 5 justices of the Supreme Court make up this panel. And as we understand, I wouldn't want to put out the name of this justice because he is the only one who is not available, and we understand he might make it or he might not. If he doesn't show up, like I mentioned, the case will definitely be adjourned for future hearing.
Thank you so much, Lateef. We'll definitely.
Under Section 208 of Act 30, a person convicted of treason or felony or an offense involving dishonesty is disqualified to serve as a juror unless the person has obtained a free pardon. Over the years, and strangely, the justice sector seemed to have become constrained only to a small pool from which jurors were chosen. This pool seemed to have become confined to clerical staff in the civil or public service institutions, and in a few instances, officers from the education sector. The yearly revision of lists required under Section 213 of Act 30 has seemed not to be thorough. This has caused the untenable problem of a particular juror being involved in several cases in different courts at the same time. Some of the jurors were on jury duty for years, and in some cases over a decade, making them almost professional jurors, and not the lay group with fresh exposure to legalities that they were needed to be. After much brainstorming, a team assisted me to propose solutions and reforms to make our jury system more efficient and result-oriented. In order to get the buy-in of all stakeholders, the team went on to do media and stakeholder engagements on national and regional platforms. As we open assizes today, jury lists have been expanded to include all citizens qualified by law, including many individuals in the private sector. Over time, steps will be taken to further expand the pool from which jurors will be selected. With these reforms, it is our expectation in the judiciary that the time of citizens engaged in jury duty not being used efficiently will change, and now there will be more expeditious disposal of cases. The time for change has gladly come, beginning from today's opening of the criminal session, which will be occurring in all the regions of Ghana, where trials on indictment will be conducted. The following administrative directions already exist for presiding judges and registrars of high courts.
Some of the instances we saw, Justice Torkonoo, when she traveled, she came back and returned cash of nearly $9,000 to the judicial service. That I didn't spend all the money. This is the rest of the money. When I saw it, I was telling my people that, but this, my Lord, $9,000 you can issue to buy. Say that you bought books from London or something, buy something. And they said, well, that's how she is. She's like that. She came, she brought the money back. So because they raised this allegation, it has allowed people now to look at it. And everybody's finding out, oh, the last time Justice Torkonoo traveled, we gave her some money. She brought back $9,000 that she didn't use it. This is the kind of person they want to impeach for corruption. So how many ministers, how many ministers travel with the impress and come back and go and give the money to the chief director that I didn't spend the money, finance manager, here's your money. No, people don't do that. I'm not saying they should do that. But I'm saying when you have somebody who has done that, this is not the person that you say is corrupt. You cannot say that is corrupt in the same breath of a person who takes money and returns the rest of the money. You cannot say that. But anyway, so this is the policy. And viewers, you can check, you can verify. Tomorrow, call the judicial secretary, journalists, everybody, check. What is the travel policy at the judiciary? Check it, it's there. They'll give it to you. They gave it to us easy. They'll give it to you. It's a public document. It's not a secret. And the document says that it is, so it's in paragraph A9. So when you take the policy, don't go far. Just look at paragraph 9, A9. Let's look at paragraph A9. And that policy is on foreign travels. It's by the head of the judiciary. So this is a policy that came in 2010. It has existed and it was reviewed in 2019. Reviewed to add security, actually. It has existed for Justice Georgina Wood, Justice Sophia Kufu, Justice Eni Yeboah, and Justice Torkonoo. And this is what they want to impeach her on. That she traveled with her husband and traveled with her daughter. And this is the money that Justice Torkonoo returned, 9,000. This is 260 something. That's what they're talking about. Is that not what they're talking about? No, that was another one. Another 14,000. So they have two of her trips. This one and another one. The one that she returned the money. They don't say she returned the money. Maybe they don't know. Then Ofoye doesn't know. I can understand. But this is what we found out. Anyway, let's go to the next one. It says, this is a very important one. Very, very, very important. Again, because Mr. Chikata is lawyer for Daniel Ofori, and Mr. Chikata is also lawyer for Jachikwesin. And the Attorney General told us in his press conference, when he was asked by journalists, why didn't you enter nolle prosequi for Jachikwesin? Dominic Ahini told the journalist that Chachu Chikata has told him that as far as he, Mr. Chikata, is concerned, the Jachikwesin case will be won. So he need not enter nolle prosequi. This is the conversation the Attorney General reported. This kind of conversation going on in the judicial circle. This is what the Attorney General reported. The learned Attorney General told Ghanaians that he did not enter nolle prosequi for Jachikwesin because Mr. Chachu Chikata, who is lawyer for Jachikwesin, has told him, Dominic Ayeni, that as far as he, Mr. Chikata, is concerned, the Jachikwesin case is doable. And so he doesn't need a nolle prosequi. So was he entering nolle prosequi for cases that are not doable? What is the meaning of doable? What is doable? 2-3 days ago, Jachikwesin won his case, and they put powder on his head and on Mr. Chikata. So you see, sometimes the dots are coming together a little bit. Daniel Ofori, then in his petition to Mr. President Mahama against Justice Torkonoo, Chikata is his lawyer. Chikata is also lawyer to Jachi Kwesin, says this, that the Chief Justice interfered in the Jachi Kwesin suit by causing operatives of national security to seize computers used in the trial. The Chief Justice also transferred staff that were accused of being involved with some unexplained activities involving the trial. The Chief Justice also transferred staff that were accused of being involved with some unexplained activities involving the trial. Now, this is why I blame the judiciary, the judicial service. They must, as a matter of urgency, appoint a director of communications in the judiciary. The way the world is going, they must have a lawyer, proper lawyer, 10 years at the bar. In fact, it must be 10 years at the bar, who would be elected after interview as the director of communications at the judicial secretary's office. Because if what I'm about to read to you